Hello, this is a short video I created for the Introduction to Celtic Literature course at Uppsala University. I'm going to present to you the first battle of Moytura, or Cath Tuired, which is a story from the mythological cycle. Okay, so stories from the mythological cycle are the oldest of the cycles, and they feature many characters who fought for Ireland. The stories contain many motifs and themes which are typically pre-Christian and full of magic, spirit and monsters. The two main parties in this story are the Firbolg, who are the fourth group of people to settle descended from Moytura, and the second are the Tuatha Dinan, who are the elusive godlike people who brought civil order, arts, written language and higher culture. Tuatha Dinan also means folk of the goddess Danu. Their older name was Tuatha, which is meaning tribe of the gods. So the Battle of Moytura is considered the most important surviving story of the cycle and is the fifth invasion. Descendants of Nemid, who were the third group of settlers in Ireland, returned to Ireland and conquered. These were considered the children of Nemid. Around 30 of them actually returned to Ireland and settled and then multiplied, as the story says. And the main character is the warrior Sreng, who was the champion of the Firbolg. The Tuatha Dinan, they came from the north. I'm assuming Scandinavia when it says the north, perhaps northern Britain, and they'd set their sights on Ireland and landed in Ulster and went westward. Sreng of the Firbolg was sent to scope out the opposition. Bres, who was a mixed half Fomorian and half Tuatha Dinan, was sent on Tuatha Dinan's behalf and met with him. Following this confrontation, it was decided it was in the best interest to challenge the Tuatha Dinan. 3 druids from the Tuatha Dinan attempted to negotiate with the Firbolg. They asked for half of Ireland. Kind of cheeky, really. This offer was rejected and war was declared. The battle was 4 days long and occurred at the Pass of Balgarten. Day 1 was victorious for the Firbolg. They celebrated it well. Day 2, the god of Tuatha Dinan massacred thousands of men. As the battles continued for 2 more days, the most notable moments of the battle ensued, securing a prominent series of moments to remember it by. The Firbolg champion Sreng had come face to face with Nuada, king of Tuatha Dinan. King Nuada was the man who originally led his men in 300 ships from the islands of the north. Sreng manages to cut off Nuada's right arm. Even so, the Tuatha Dinan again gain ascendancy. A truce is called, and Firbolg is subsequently given 3 options. They can either leave Ireland, they can share the land, or they can continue battle. Of course, the Firbolg chose to continue the battle. Nuada is then challenged by Sreng to a single combat, seeing as he has 1 arm. Of course, so long as Sreng also has an arm tied to make it a fair fight, but Sreng declined. As King Nuada was no longer unblemished and could not continue as king, he was replaced by Bres, who turned out to be a tyrant, as the second battle will prove. In the meantime, Dian-Sect, who was a physician, replaced Nuada's arm with a silver one. Dian-Sect's son, Miach, didn't like that Bres was now king, and so recited a spell to cause flesh to grow over the silver, which took place over 9 days and 9 nights. This lack of looking blemished meant Nuada became king again. Dian-Sect was furious his son had done this behind his back. He killed him as a result. Bres was also furious that he'd been taken away as king, so he complained to his father Elatha and he urged him to seek assistance of Bola, king of Fomorians. Remembering Bres is half Fomorian and likely help would ensue, the discussions of this led to the second battle. The second battle saw the Tuatha Dinan as owning everything under the ground and pushed out of Upper Earth by Milesians. But in this case of this story, the first battle, Firbolg were made an offer, and they were offered one of Ireland's provinces. Sreng chose Connacht, leading to a peaceful truce. If you enjoyed this story, I'd encourage you to check out its sequel, Battle 2. Thank you for listening.